not corroborated, you know, and some people take it for face value. But I was glad that after, at the launching, there was a lady from Somalia or Sudan, I'm not sure, who actually bought a book for $100. And she came up to me after and said how surprised she was. Because before she came, when she Googled to get information in the Gambia, a lot of the sites she went on to were just talking nonsense. And for her to see all these things that have been done, it just opened her eyes and gave her a different perspective. And also there were other tourists also at the hotel, and they came to the launching. And they were just amazed that this is what is happening here. So I think, like I said, it's up to us to say the good things about ourselves.
In other words, you may see this book as something that negates the bad publicity levied on the Gambia.
Well, yes. I mean, for me personally, my job is to bring in investors. And the last thing an investor needs really is negative publicity. And then, at least now, also it makes my job easier. I mean, after launching, the FAO rep requested a book to send to his boss, the FAO Director General. You know, and the World Bank will not be coming here next week to invest $60 million if they don't know what's on the ground. I mean, the IFAD would not fund the NEMO project. Why would the Australians pump $28 million into the FASTEP? So it's up to us to really say what's on the ground. Because if you just read what's out there, you wouldn't come here. But it's up to us to take the bull by the horn and say the good things that are happening here and to bring people over here.
Let me take you away from the book for a while and look at your work as a project coordinator at the Central Projects Coordinating Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture. How do you find your work and your pursuit of being a writer? Because you're already a writer, by the way.
It's a demanding job. Like any other job, you know, you have to put in the work, the effort, the sincerity, you know, to get the results. And managing the projects in agriculture is difficult in its own. But there's a good team of coordinators. There's also a good team at the ministry. So with effective communication, we are getting results. And I can safely say that this year has been and will be a good year for agriculture. And I do enjoy my job. And I just think with His Excellency's backing, like you said, he's the Super Minister of Agriculture. I want to see a $100 million project. That is my target.
Your leisure time, what do you do?
When I do have time, go shooting.
Not with Rafi anyway.
With Tony. And,
Tony.
Yeah.
He likes hunting as well.
Yeah, so, you know, when I do get a time as well, do some weightlifting. And I'll do a lot of reading as well. Yeah. And when I do get a time too, some farming. Yeah.
Now, let me take you to the launch day. I mean, you must have sold quite a lot on that day. I mean, here was a book that has the portrait of the president, and it talks about the president. I mean, there were well-wishers there from the government. How much money did you make on that day? How many books did you sell?
Well, like I said, we sold 75 books.
Now, what is the rapport between you and the publisher? He's an investor in the Gambia, and you need to give him that confidence that his investment in the Gambia works right by some of the things that you do that he invests in. What's your rapport between you?
Yes, I've known the publisher Galeb Zidane.
Galeb Zidane.
Zidane, yeah.
Is
a Lebanese who was born in Liberia.
Okay, okay.
And now settled here. When I was a general manager at Standard Chartered, he was one of my customers. And then a few years later, he wanted to move back to Lebanon to spend more time with his family. So he approached me and offered me to run his company, Transfer Printing. And he's seen my work, and he's seen the work I did for him at Transfer. So when of course when he saw the book, he was impressed with the work, and also being someone that has done a lot for this country, and someone who admires and respects President Jammeh and the work he's done. I think that was also another reason he also jumped into it, because it's always good to show gratitude. And someone who's made a living in the Gambia, for you to spend some of the profits you've made to write good things about that country and that country's leadership, I think says a lot. You've enjoyed the benefits of the country. Perhaps one way you can give back is to publish a book that says good things about the country.
You have mentioned the president during the First Republic, when your father was president of the Republic, and you say they used to call him Kanilai. How supportive has the president been when you had the idea of writing this book? Well, here's a guy who's seen what I've done, and he wants to amplify it in a book that will not only sell in the Gambia, but will go over the borders of the Gambia. How was the president helpful?
Well, like I said, he sent the Honorable Chief Justice to represent him at the launching. Initially, the Vice President was supposed to come, but she traveled to Equatorial Guinea. He also financed part of the cost of the launching. Of course, it would be proper for me to say how much.